And in most countries, we now have more people in their 50s than their 40s, than their 30s, than their 20s, than their 10s, than children. And so the whole world is turned inside out. For the countries that have aged like that, now that it's been decades, they're nearing the point where they have more retirees than workers. And when we hit that flip, their economies change. So if you have a lot of young people, it's all about the consumption. If you have a lot of mature workers, it's all about the production and the savings. And if you have if you're full of retirees, it's all about absolutely nothing because there's nowhere to grow. So what's going to happen in just the next 5 years is the world writ large flips from having a younger population of consumers and investors to a retiree population. And we have never seen that before in human history. To this point, only one country has crossed the Rubicon, Japan, and the Japanese economy today is the same size that it was in 1995.
And this is why you're not on the bandwagon that China is such a threat.
Yeah, no, the one-child policy worked a little too well. And if you use Chinese statistics, which are always dubious and always designed to make China look better than it is, China is now the fastest aging society in human history. And they're already in their population collapse. And there will be less than half as many Chinese in the year 2070 as there are today.
And the three-child policy, I mean, which was recently announced, I mean, that's been met with great skepticism.
Yeah, and rightly so. They went from a one-child policy to a two-child policy a few years ago, and the birth rate went down. It's too late. They urbanized too quickly. Now, in the United States, our urbanization process has taken 7 generations to get where we are. So we've had time to adapt, and we have space for things like suburbs, so you can still have more than 2.1 children if you want to. That's not an option in China. They moved 3/4 of their population off the farm and into the cities in 35 years. So it's a single generation jump.